Hey guys, it's me, my face, and a little bit of spooky haul. That ladylike and restrained happy dance was brought to us by coffee in the new spooky mug. I'm very happy. If you're new here, my name is Andrea, and this is a channel about cross-stitch and Halloween, cats, drinking, coffee, beer, wine, opinions, anything else I come up with. If you're a returning visitor, welcome back. In the past couple of weeks, I've actually gotten up to some stuff. I did a fair amount of stitching. I have 2 finishes, which I just realized are over there. I went Halloween shopping. I don't have all my decorations up yet, but I'm getting there. I've been a busy bee. Let's just jump into the finishes. The first thing I finished is I'm still calling it, I think, the spring hare etching. Spring rabbit bunny. It was over there. But I got him finished. And I even remembered to put my initials on there, which I don't usually do. But now I have done all 4. I did the summer fish. I did the fall owls. I did the winter cardinal. And now the spring bunny rabbit. I don't know what I'm going to do with them now, but I did them. I think the thing I liked about working on these the most was I got to use all the called for colors, which I don't usually do unless I'm working in DMC. But this was just a really great opportunity to use the classic colorworks, I'm going to say, that were called for. That sticks and twigs, I now have so many skeins of sticks and twigs. I need more patterns that use them. I'm a little addicted. A little addicted is like being a little pregnant. A little addicted. My second finish was the Be Kind sampler. This is from Teresa Miller. And look at how cute this is. Sorry I didn't, I shouldn't apologize. Sorry I didn't get a chance to iron it. When have I ever ironed anything? We're friends here. You know I used a hoop. But I think that came out so cute. I love the bees. I love the flowers. That border, even though I was kind of like, is there more border? Is there more border? I loved stitching it. It was really easy to get into a rhythm. There wasn't a lot you had to pay attention to once you got started. I did sub out some colors that I was missing from the called for, but I think they blended nicely. I apparently did a good job at picking them. The green in the border that you see is so variegated. That is Classic Colorworks Camouflage, and it is one of my new favorite greens. Between that and the sticks and twigs, I need to find something to put those 2 together. That would come out awesome. But I am very pleased with this. And again, I actually remembered to sign the thing. Look at me. It's as if my circuits are firing. It can't possibly last, can it? The next thing I worked on is the Cat in the Cook. This is from Owl Forest Embroidery. And I started in on the letters. I keep forgetting that they are Cyrillic. So I don't really know what they say. Possibly just the cat and the cook. I don't know. I haven't looked. But they're neat. I like kind of stitching in letters that I don't recognize. It's been a fun stitch. I love the thread that they provided. It stitches up well. I love the variegation. I think he's just so cute with his fishy friends. Still have not read this fairy tale. Gonna have to. It's probably like 1.5 pages long, Andrea. Pull yourself together and learn a thing. I have the internet. It could do this. But if nothing else, I'll have the stitching. The other thing I love about this is it comes in a box that I just keep it in, right in that little hoop. I have a pair of scissors in here, a needle threader, the needle is there, the pattern is there. It's keeps me from having to, you know, keep track of things. It's like a project bag, only cardboard. The next thing that I worked on is Templar Prophecy. This is from Long Dog Samplers. And I made a little bit of progress. Again, I was filling in over here, and I believe I got that bunny filled in. And I finished off the claw and did a little more of the, I think of it as Greek key, and I know it's not because it doesn't have a little hook on it, but the little zigzaggy uppy downy things. So really just some fill-in. I think, the back end of that bunny done. So yeah, I am enjoying working on this. Somebody actually, you know, kind of pointed out to me last week when I said, you know, I should be working on this area, but I went over here because it was more interesting. And the comment was pretty much like, why wouldn't you just work on the part that's most interesting? You know, it's all going to get stitched eventually, so there's no harm in doing the fun part when you feel like it, or doing the part that, you know, maybe is the least that you need to think about at the time, that kind of thing. So I'm not going to apologize for jumping around. I'm really only apologizing to myself. I know you don't have an opinion, but yeah, I was happy to be able to put some time into this and feel like I made some progress and enjoy making that progress. That's important. The next thing I worked on is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. This is from Carriage House Samplings. And I made some good progress. I got a whole lot of her, the bottom of her skirt done. And I think I was working on those flames the last time I showed this. So I got those done. Okay, here's the thing. I avoided working over here because I said there was a mistake somewhere and I couldn't find it. And so I figured I would come in from this side, and once I hit the error that I could fill in, you know, with cauldron or whatever needed to go there to make it look okay. I'm not finding an error. Like, everything that I count out between the flames that I just did in here, they're all fine. Guys, does anybody remember what the problem was? I mean, I know it was a long time ago. Does anybody remember? Do you keep track of my mistakes? I usually keep track of my mistakes. Filed away in my head, let them surface at 3 a.m. But this I cannot, I don't know what it was I thought I did wrong. So, you know, this may go very quickly once I, you know, get the second witch done. I think the only other things going on up here is maybe some more bats. And I think there's a cat standing on this pumpkin. But this is not like a really, really full up block. Like some of them are almost full coverage. So I could potentially have this block finished the next time we talk. I said out loud, tempting fate. The last thing that I worked on is actually a new start. I figured I had 2 finishes. I could do a new start. This is Harvest Time. It is from SubRosa Design. And it is in the most recent, the Fall Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. And I just loved making those pumpkins. Other than a few little variations at the tops where leaves will go, the pumpkins are all identical. So I sat there the other night and I watched Exorcist 3, because why wouldn't you watch Exorcist 3? And I just did those pumpkins, mindlessly chugging along. They are done in weeks dye work, clockwork, which I look at it in real life, it is not variegated. And so I think I really could have used a DMC, although I am trying to use up my overdyes that I paid money for. But looking at it in the camera, I really can kind of see some variegation, which sort of annoys me. Because specifically when I was stitching, I was like, well, it's not really variegated, so it doesn't matter how I stitch them. But now looking at it here, I feel like I wish I had gone more stripy in order to make it look a little, realistic. As realistic as anything can look in cross stitch. But either way, I'm enjoying it. And this is another one. This is like the B sampler. I really thought of this as a small. And now all of a sudden, as I'm stitching it, I'm saying, okay, well, the pile of pumpkins I'm almost done with is like 2 more pumpkins here. But then there's a pumpkin with a cat, or a cat with a pumpkin. And then there's a whole lady over here. And I think there's like a house in the background. This is a big pattern. It's adorable. I'm going to love it when it's done. But that's a big pattern. I hope I measured my fabric right. We'll find out. So that's it for the stitching this week. All in all, I think I got a lot done. A lot of ums today. I find myself not stitching like Monday through Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's like all I want to do. And it's like my whole night. Saturday night, I like get on that couch at 6 and start stitching and don't stop until like 3 a.m. That's where most of that progress comes from. But if it works, if it gets stitching done, I'll take it. Coffee break. I did get a little bit of haul. My 2 Thread of the Month packages came. This is my Nest Egg Classic Colorworks from Trish at 3 Owl Threads. This month we got Persimmon, Petite Maison, Peapod, which is a nice green. It's not quite as bright as what you're getting it, but definitely a nice green. Pink Posy, which is just as pink as you think. Prairie Grass, which feels a little gray to me, but still a nice neutral. Ooh. Poblano Pepper, another nice gray, good neutral. I guess it does have a little more green in it. I almost think of that as more of the prairie grass color, but they don't ask me before they name them. They just do their thing. Pine Needles, I like that a lot. Ooh, Manor Red. I like that a lot too. This and Cherry Cobbler could get in a cage match, and I'm not sure who I would root for. I like that. Oh, Plymouth Rock, Local Gray. As somebody who used to take many, many school field trips to Plymouth Rock, excuse me, I cut out a sneeze. I have been to Plymouth Rock a lot. It's not impressive. It is literally just a rock. And usually somebody has peed on it, because people are animals. And the last one is Pink Champagne. I've had Pink Champagne. It's not usually this color, but that's okay. Again, they don't consult me for these things. So that was the Classic Colorworks. These are all week's dye works. These are the Floss Frenzy from Fat Quarter Shop. And this month we are doing Macadamia Browns. So we have Driftwood, Oilcloth, which may be a little darker, but it's the same color. Dirt Road, maybe a little greener. Palomino, Havana, which is maybe not quite as intense as you're seeing. It's a nice color. Ooh, and swamp water. I like me some swamp. I mean, not really, because I don't like bugs, but I like the idea of swamps. I like the idea of swamps. So yeah, held up together, there is not a lot of variation there. But great colors nonetheless. That is it for the Stitchy haul. I do have some Halloween haul, so if you want to hang out for that, I invite you to do so. This isn't everything that I have bought this year for Halloween, but a lot of it is already either hanging up or like in place. So that's probably stuff that I will point out when I do my little Halloween decor walkthrough. We'll do the inside of the house, and then hopefully we'll be able to at least simulate the outside of the house. A lot of the lighting, or a lot of like the skeleton placement we don't do until like the couple of days before, because I don't want my skeletons to just abscond in the night, because we live in the real world and that could happen. So I try to keep them all up on the house until we get to Halloween, and then I let them roam free. So we will start with this coffee mug. We actually took a trip to, it was Home Goods and TJ Maxx. We have the ones that are side by side and they're attached. So I got this there. Okay, I honestly don't remember which store I bought this in. It was either the TJ Maxx Home Goods or the right next door we have Home Sense. And you know, they're all the same store. So it really doesn't make a difference. It was one of those two areas. But look at this. Look at how cute. I love this because it's kind of retro and it's cute without being like cartoon, 10-year-old cutesy. I like it. I don't have to explain it. I like it. And it has been holding my coffee for the past 2 days. And I keep refilling it. It's not coffee from 2 days ago. It doesn't last that long with me. I like my new mug. And because I can never have too many mugs, and because I love Ouija board themed everything, I had to get this one as well. I really liked the graphic on there, but I also really liked the inside. It's kind of like a granity looking stoneware coolness. Who makes this? Does anybody in particular? It doesn't say. It says to hand wash and not to microwave. I don't microwave my mugs, so we're good. And I don't have a dishwasher, so we're fine. You are safe with me. Usually I would get my Ouija themed stuff from Spirit Halloween. I will not say that I am disappointed in Spirit Halloween this year. I am disappointed at the one that they put in near me. Because what it appears is that everybody else got really good Spirit Halloweens. And what we got, which I thought was going to be awesome because they took over a Newbury Comics that had been closed at the South Shore Plaza here in Braintree. They took it over and it's a 2-floor, store. So I thought, they're going to have everything. It's going to be everywhere. No, I walked in and they literally had 4 animatronics set up, maybe. And they weren't even really usually they have a backdrop or something. They have scenery. And no, this was just standing there. And so they weren't impressive. And then the whole rest of the top floor was costumes. So we're okay, well, all the stuff must be downstairs. We went downstairs and there was one back corner that had the glassware and the mugs and decor stuff. And then the rest was all costumes. I cannot imagine that they make their money off of the costumes. I could be very wrong. Only because I don't see a lot of people wearing these costumes. It's not I just don't see people in these costumes. But the decor, I could totally see, wanting to do. So I feel like they ended up with a space that they didn't know what to do with, and they just, instead of skimping on the costumes, they skimped on the decor. So there was no Ouija board section for Andrea this year. Rude. Now, I probably could have gone to another one. I think there's at least 2 or maybe 3 in Massachusetts, but I haven't. I might. I still have time. But this was my local one, and I was kind of excited. They had been at the plaza before and had been in another space and had all the things. This one just wasn't. It did not meet my expectations. Sorry, guys. The last thing I got over at Home Goods, TJ Maxx, HomeSense, whatever, I got my first Ray Dunn. Probably my last Ray Dunn, because I really don't have a whole lot of use for Ray Dunn. It's just a font, guys. It's okay. But these are trick and treat wine glasses with the kitties. And I saw them and I had to get them. And, as excited as I am, these are only $7, which is not bad at all. I almost gave these to my sister last night, and I'm kind of glad that I got over my little bout of generosity there, because I really want them. I really want to keep them. But I was thinking of handing them over to her, but I did not. So now I own some Ray Dunn. I don't feel any more like Priscilla than I did before. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. So that is about it. Otherwise, still taking care of Dad. We had a very eventful week last week. We had to get him out to 2 doctor's appointments, and it's the first time he's left the house since July. And I swear to God, we could not keep up with him. I don't know if it was just that he is so stir crazy in that house that he needed to get out, or he's just feeling better or something, but I had to chase him to the car. He was getting in the car before I was done closing the house door, So we had a really easy time getting him to the doctor's he actually got shots in his shoulders to kind of relax them. He goes to a pain clinic for that. And the last time we had that done, within 3 days, he was driving again. That's how magical these shots are. So he has been doing better since he got those on Monday. Actually, like making himself big lunches and things like that. And, really kind of shooing us away when we try to do too much for him. The next day, he visited his pulmonist, which is really kind of a nothing appointment, only because, he has COPD. It will not get better. Eventually it will get worse, but otherwise, if there's no change, the doctor can't do anything. There's nothing to, all he can do is say, any new symptoms, any new problems? Nope, nothing new. Nothing's gotten worse. Okay, see you in 6 months. Could have done that on the phone, but it was good to get him out. So that was, those were 2 good days. And then ever since, he's been, what I like to refer to as pretty perky. He, he's remembering to send us texts when he gets into bed at night, just so we know he's all tucked in. He sends us one in the morning when he's all, up and eating his breakfast and whatnot, so that we know everything's, what's going on. We have a new home health aide that is with him 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and she's fantastic because she's there for 4 hours. So not only can she get him up and cleaned up and ready for his breakfast, but she can also make sure that there's lunch ready for him before she leaves. So we know, one of our biggest things is we want somebody to lay eyes on him every single day. So between her and us and a physical therapist and an occupational therapist, this guy is covered. Unfortunately, we also had a Tuesday, Thursday woman who would come in the morning, and she really just got him up and going, and she would leave within like an hour, hour and a half. first they said that she was no longer going to be working Tuesday, Thursdays, but we could have her for Saturdays. And we thought, well, that's great because that takes care of a weekend day for us. And then she called in sick at like 9 o'clock at night on a Friday. And every time my sister leaves a message to say, so what are we doing? Is she being replaced? Are we getting a new Tuesday, Thursday person? What's going on? Nobody's answering her. So we do not know what happened to Tuesday, Thursday woman. Hopefully we can get that worked out. This week, we have his new bed is being delivered so that rather than having this ginormous, high up, queen size bed, he's going to have a more manageable hospital style bed that lets him adjust the height. He can do, sit up and watch TV. He can put his legs up if his legs are sore, that kind of thing. So hopefully that will make him more comfortable at night. I don't know how comfortable the mattress on a hospital bed could be, but we'll find out. So on Monday, we have to take down his bed to be ready for when they show up on Tuesday, and they won't tell us when they're coming. They're coming sometime on Tuesday. Supposedly we will get a call Tuesday morning to say either they're coming in the morning or the afternoon or whatever. So we have to have this taken care of Monday. The man needs a place to sleep Monday night. So we're going to cross fingers that he will be okay sleeping on a couch for one night. He seems okay with it. We'll find out. I think that's all I have to chat about this week. Probably. See, we know that every time I say something out loud, I'm going to end up not doing it. But let's try this. I'm going to try to record a Halloween decoration walkthrough in the next couple of weeks. If it's long enough, I will make it its own video. And if it's not, I will hold it until the video coming out on I want to say the 24th is the next time that I will record. So if it's just a few minutes, I will just tack it onto that. But either way, I think I should be able to have a pretty good walkthrough done by then. She said out loud in front of people. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your likes and even your dislikes. And thank you so much for your comments. I read every single one of them and I appreciate them all, just like I appreciate you. Thank you for being my community. Bye, guys.